Okay, thank you. Terima kasih saudara moderator, students, my colleagues in the lecturers from the university, students, and I really feel honored to be addressing you all this afternoon on a topic that is very close to the heart. I was told by my friend studying the financial questions on exchange rates. If I can answer all the questions, I should be better more than that. Anyway, joke aside, just to show you my background, what was mentioned by a friend is, all the way, yes, he used the word was. I was overseas, but now I am the chairman of my I lecture, because all these things were before, I retired, my dad's the chairman. I'm still the board member of the National Institute of Research. I just finished my membership Majlis Event Islam Persatuan, about 3 years, until by the Agon, but the Agon has his own people now. And I lectured at UC Area of Public Finance, a master's degree, and I told him some about to teach again, but again, it is the staff on administration economy or public finance. Okay, that introduction, let me now catch up with you all. Well, I'm going to talk about managing the mission economy. Okay, it's a topic, very strong topic. In fact, it's a very important topic. In fact, in International Monetary Fund, they have a course for this for senior civil servants from wealthy countries, about 3 months. So I'm trying to touch this within just about 1 hour, an hour or so. It's a very important topic. Managing economy. Okay. Now, if you're a student of public finance, first thing you see is what is the role of government? If you're a student of finance. If the teacher doesn't teach that, it's not teaching public finance. What is public good? Public good means this something like something like national defense, or something like law and order, judicial, maintaining the judges, maintaining the public services. These are all public good. Public good is going to be what you get, she gets. What she gets, you get. Nobody say you can get, you cannot get, you can get. But when once given, it's called non-substitutability. You cannot substitute it, and you cannot divide, non-divisibility. Yeah? That is the basic education on health and so on. Then, over and above that, classical role of government or finance. Economic growth. Because it generates income, it generates jobs. So you must get that. And then the extremities in society, whether you are very poor or very rich, those must be reduced. Those extremities in society, such as very, very poor and very rich, they must be reduced so that there's some amount of reduction in equality. There may be few here and there, but you want to make sure there's no extreme inequality and extreme poverty. So that's very important. You must do that. That's what the government. And then the next thing is very important. If you look at it, you must know the name called John Keynes, somewhere John Keynes, where you stabilize. When the economy is going up and down, the roller coaster, you want to stabilize. But not extremely bad, not extremely good, because extremely bad means people are poor, people have no food, no salary, no income. But extremely bad and highly inflation, extremely good and high inflation, no unemployment. So the role of Keynesian economics is to stabilize the economy. That is the role of the government in economics, what we call is fiscal policy. Right? For those who are learning about finance, Keynesian economics is very important to understand. Because in the 30s, when there was massive world depression, about 6 years when all the time in the country, the world had negative growth for 6 years. The time the classical economics then was when if the government economy goes down, don't spend. Government don't spend. So it keep on getting worse and worse. So the government will make expenditure so that some people get money circulate. So the concept, when you spend, somebody else spend. And you have a multiplier effect. If you spend ringgit, about 3 to 4 times. So it becomes 4 or 5 ringgit. Yeah? So you pay the driver, you pay the food seller, you pay the sweeper, everything. So the money circulate. So income must only circulate. So that really benefits. That's all. So that was one of our case in the 1950s after the Great Depression of the world, when all the economy of the world were facing zero growth. Now I touch on the topic of managing economy, which is the topic of today. Yeah? Well, these are the objectives of the managing economy. Government must manage economy. At least these 3 objectives are always in all government. Sometimes we have 4 and 5, doesn't matter. But these 3 components are always there. One is the achieve rapid growth. Some people may say 7%, 8%, subject to further examination, doesn't matter. But there's a full employment. Now, as far as possible, most people get a job. No joblessness, unemployment. But it's possible, so we define full employment as long as unemployment is below 3%, you can consider it as fully employed economy. Yeah? We want to ensure price stability. Stable prices or real inflation. Price stability doesn't mean there's no price increase. There may be some price increase, about below 1%, 0.1%, something like that. But you got a lot of price increase, so very low interest. These are really found all the objectives of government, the whole world. They may be more, they may be less, doesn't matter, but these 3 components are always be there. Okay. Now, this is my own personal quotation. I'll define it. One is how I see it, generally well-managed economy is one which is, comma, has surplus in trade balance and its public finances. So if you're consumer growth, for example, or no inflation, you must have 2 more, which I read. That is, there must be 2 surpluses. One is your external import, X minus N, and the other one will be public finance. Most countries have either one deficit. The only countries that have surplus in both One may be Norway, and the other one may be Switzerland, something. The rest is either one. And most have public finance deficit, fiscal deficit, most, literally. Okay? When you have trade balance, when you have trade imbalance, you can show. When you have trade imbalance in export and import, means you are paying. If you have export greater than import, then money comes in. Money comes in, that is strengthen the dollar. So strengthen the currency. If money goes up, you sell the currency to buy US dollar to pay the import. So what the nation literally earn is from your exports minus import. Okay? The nation collectively will only make money from exporting minus importing. Otherwise, it doesn't earn it from your pocket. Another. The government tax you, the nation does not earn it. You're just taxing another person. The nation does not earn. You can pocket another. That's all. You pocket the government. That's what transferring. It's not earning. Accountants is confused. Accountants are confused. So public finance is what government gets through revenue minus the government's culture. So these two are surpluses, you can salute them. What more? The country has been business growth. These are largely found in the Swedish countries, maybe Norway and Sweden, maybe Switzerland, the rest. And the post deficit, or at least the fiscal government deficit, is always. Okay? Friends, Keynesian economics says that when the economy goes down, government must spend. Keynesian say, John can say, if the moment economy is good, you don't spend. The trouble with government is they want to be popular, they spend all the while, therefore they borrow all the while. Right? So it's one deficit. So that's always like that. Let me ask you. So government borrow. When the government borrows, therefore government take money from your fund. That's all. Okay. And when the government borrows, a long-term borrowing, something about 10 years, who pay? It's you all who pay. Because you pay from the taxes. You pay taxes. So make sure that you know. So this is other. So it's transfer payment. So some of the leaders, they don't know. They say the government is in debt. They will say the nation is in debt. The nation is not in debt. The nation export greater than import. Why you say the nation is in debt? It's the government that's in debt. So government can go bankrupt. The nation cannot go bankrupt if your export greater than import. Basic economics, I understand it. So don't leave my club and say that government is good in the nation. Nation is not the government. Nation make up part government in the private sector. And the process is bigger than government. The 1.5 million workers, government only there are about 15 million workers, government 1.5 million. So 10%, 90% private sector. So it's private sector bigger than government. Yet some leaders, some aeronautical planners, they will say, the nation is making loss. It's over government loss. Whatever it is. So I hope that shows some this is you can be laughed at by people who make that such a statement. Okay. Now, I want to, even if you are not an economics student, you can be any student who has a degree, no problem. But please know this for me. Why is the C%, you must know, it doesn't matter where you go. Why is total production income? Is not a total consumption plus total investment plus government expenditure plus net external demand, that is export minus import. You must know this. Okay? You must know this. Doesn't matter what degrees you are pursuing, whatever you have, but it's very simple arithmetic. Total economic, so if you want to stabilize the economy, you must know the components of it. Right? Example. So G is government expenditure, I is private investment, C is total consumption. Normally consumption is about 65% of customers to put up money. Investment something about, in the good times of the 70s, 80s, about 35%, now it's hardly 20%. Hardly. Government only about 12%, and export minus import, about 70%. That total export minus import. What the nation earns is what you export. This is what external demand. External demand, this is domestic demand. So if the weakness is domestic demand, you address domestic demand, you're wrong. You must know the component, if you get demand, you see from this, not this. So, When you divide Y, the change in Y divided by Y, that's economic growth. Economic consumption. In our economy now, investment is quite low. So I'm in my data now, the past 3 years working very hard. Now we need rapid inflow investments coming. Hopefully that will push. Once the I goes up, I investment goes up, they push the RCI. Why? That's why you see the Times to the PMX is going all over the world to get investments. Okay? And investments take about 24 months to deliver. Here you got some scholars asking, talk about investment. You want it now? How can investments come now? You got to look for land to build. Even building a house takes 24 months. The key investment factories can be built within 24 months. You need land from the state. Let's see from the telephones, they are not available. So it should take easily 24 months. Then you have people who politicize the issue by saying, don't talk about investment poor because they will come. Of course, they tend to come. You want to put your money, don't you money? You must probably plan. Architect must design everything. You know, road, electricity, water, that's all. So it's so easy, people just say, oh, what is investment? They do not know. I'll come back to that. Okay. When there are two policies that promote economic growth, if you want to manage the economy, one is called monetary policy. Monetary policy is conduct policy by the central bank. So the bank governor, right? And there are two instruments of monetary policy. One is called interest rates. So if you want to push investments, here, you must reduce interest rate. Right? Then people take loan in China, and then they build factories and so on. So you want to push why reduction. So they got to understand the right policy, the instruments. The other instruments you can use is money supply, liquidity. You can use exchange rate, but IMF will never give you. They don't like you to sign exchange rate. But Japan is in the 50s, 60s, they do, South Korea, China. So you can use money supply, which is or interest rates to promote economic growth. So the economy wants to go up, you reduce interest rate so that people borrow, bank loans you go up, your houses, your factories, or you have money supply. Money supply, for example, the central bank will give higher liquidity for purposes of work, for like food production, for new houses, for SMEs. So these are called monetary instruments, standard monetary instruments. But the IMF will never allow you to use exchange rate. Right? Because that's another lecture. I wouldn't allow that. But they wouldn't allow exchange rate because if you make your exchange rates grow, means other countries will buy your product, which means increase export. So the world, they used to say, you steal other people's production importing. The other is policy instruments used by the government is called fiscal policy. Fiscal policy is the conduct of government expenditure and government taxes, fiscal operations. You do public finance, you understand this thing. And in other words, in the event that the economy goes down, so the government has expansionary fiscal policy, means the government spend more. One, the government cuts the taxes. Spend more means money will circulate. Right? Number two, you can have more projects, or cut the taxes, more money in your pocket, they will spend more. The idea is to get people to spend. So there are two. In the event that the economy is very, very good, 10% growth per year, something like that, then you get inflation, so government contractionary fiscal policy, where government will cut the expenditure and increase the tax. So these are two terminologies: expansionary fiscal policy or contractionary fiscal policy, right? So because of that, some of the government go into deficit to maintain expansionary policy. Now you want to expand the economy, therefore government go with deficit. That's all. Government borrows is different from you. Government budget is different from you. For you, your budget, you check your pocket when you buy your shirt, your dress. Government decide what to buy, set on the package. It's different. You check your pocket to buy your shoes, your shirts, and dresses, something you have. The government said, what I want to buy. Now I don't have money, then they set on the taxes. What tax you on GST or SST or income tax or custom duties. So it's the different one. Government decide what to buy and place the taxes. We all decide check your revenue, then you buy. Yeah, those two different things. So that's the one we do. The third is, you have to keep on spending the product deficit. The Malaysia in deficit in 1998. Okay? So that's two instruments, monetary policy and fiscal policy, and this will be used in combination to manage the economy. Okay? Now, let's just bring back the history. In 1986, there was an economic crisis in the country. You were not born yet, sure. So what happened was that most of the economy was non-competitive. The exchange rate was very, very strong. $1 $2.56. $1 $2.56, 2.50 is very, very strong. Literally, the nation was spending the overseas abroad, importing everything they want. They never buy local products. So when the X minus M is not, the end imports go very, very high. So the budget balance is in deficit because the nation is strong ringgit, they keep on buying. So when it's strong ringgit, you'll be importing, and weak ringgit, out to supplying your product. So which one you want? I need a lot of questions. No. The person has changed it. Okay? So theoretically, a strong ringgit is not good for the economy. Weak ringgit is good for the economy, theoretically. Of course, there's a monetary market, there's a currency market. Market checks the balance, bring the balancing factor. Then whatever you get today is the market price. Well, is the big market in the world, but I'll get back to that later. So at that time, the government doesn't increase expenditure, the government does not cut tax, don't just liberalize it. Government does not say, don't tax the economy, and to reduce the regulation, or regulation affect this investment and investment. So nothing condition about it. It's just saying that liberalize and deregulate, make people business friendly, investor friendly, so people come invest. So that recovery of economic crisis. In Europe is liberalization or capital, and deregulation will deregulate. But this was in the economic crisis, that was 1986. The next economic crisis in the country is South Asian financial crisis, or East Asian financial crisis. It was in 1978. Again, I'm sure many of you are not born yet. Here is where people attack the ringgit. Because the X minus M was big deficit, the ringgit is too strong when to fact the ringgit is weak. So people attack the ringgit from famous George Soros, George Soros. He attacked the British pounds, made over $1 billion US dollars. He attacked the ringgit. So what we did was a monetary policy value with capital control. Whoever invests in this one, they cannot take the money out from this. Control, and we take the ringgit. Right? We use fixed exchange rate for ringgit using the US dollar. We decided on 1st September 1998. That was my first. I was then head of the secretariat on the National Council. So we put the ringgit on 1st September 1998. We packed it at 380. Before that, about 250. We were going down. We packed it at that. Put the contribution in 1st September. And that's stopped the crisis. The crisis, and therefore, when the ringgit is fixed, the government decided to expansion in fiscal policy, and that time, the economy dropped by about 7 to 8%. So the government expansion in fiscal policy to negative 20%, fix the ringgit, take the control, and then improve the banking system. The corporate governance. If you're a business student, you want corporate governance, banks, many politicians, a chairman of the bank here and there, giving a few friends here and there, affected the whole banking system almost collapsed. Few banks were closed. The business student, you know this corporate governance. Okay? I will share the sector and National Foundation Council. We did this. Okay, after that, this is now coming to just recently, to 1 to 9 to 2021, we have dropped the economy of 5%. 1985, the economy dropped about 7.1%. 1978, dropped about 78%. Now, it dropped about 5%. On crisis, economic crisis when there is a negative economic growth. There's something called recession. Recession means for 2 quarters or 6 months, the economy was nose diving. Nose dive, or decline, it can improve for 2 months. The moment that 1 year, it becomes a depression. Okay. So what happened? Post-COVID is just very recent. Years ago, there's a breakdown in global supply. Because of the COVID, people cannot travel. So airplane, all the flights were cancelled. And ship lines, they're not, because COVID case, the ships were stranded at the port for about 2 weeks. We examined all the crew. So nobody wanted to export and import. So the whole world trading system declined. When the whole world trading system declined, it was a break supply chain, there's no food. Right? That the shortages before that, some points of grain shortages in Europe, and actually 2 years ago, no supply of grain, of flour, whole year is from the Russian. So supply breakdown, shipping, there's no shipping, no ship pipeline on. And then the other one, war, that led to what happened? Rise in inflation. Rise in inflation. Rise in inflation. What happened? When the rise in inflation, what is the response from all central banks in the world? Increase interest rates. Because inflation, there are two causes. Once you study public economic or study economics, there are two causes of inflation: either cost push or supply, short of supply or increasing cost. So now shortage in supply, prices go up, right? Just like in this part of you, whoever pay more, you get up. So the price went up. That's inflation. So what happened was, it's seen by the Americans. I repeat, by the Americans, who are largely monetary economists, they don't follow Keynesian, they follow the famous Milton Friedman, who's a monetary economist. He says it's demand supply, demand side. Therefore, aggregate demand, you cut agreement, you kill off extra demand, is it? And therefore increase interest rates, people save. When people save and increase, Americans position very high, all the world fly to America, the safe haven, call it. Bring all the currency, when they sell the currency to buy American, all currencies drop. All currencies drop, the whole world drop. Yeah? So what happened was financial flows such a better savings because interest rate was 70%. Other countries about 45%. So if you say 100 million billion mix of 100 billion money, so all money flows to the United States. Yeah? So when price USD, US dollar, and result, all currencies went down in value. Yeah? So the problem was supply side, but they addressed from the demand side. How? So what's happened? Because the Americans believe in the monetary economics, they are influenced by this man called Milton Friedman, professor of monetary economics from Chicago, address interest rates. Trade money go up. Money go up, other countries' money go down, including ours. Whereas equation value address the supply shortages. That's all. So the whole world is so much you can do. So that's so don't ever use the word devalue. Devalue is official position. I decide this currency as today. That's devalue. Depreciate the market. So use wrong word, we tell you different thing. Devalue means when you say, tomorrow I decided $1 to 5 ringgit. That's devaluation. If the market goes up and down, that is depreciation. Yeah? Decline in value. So try to. So when it goes down, it relates to inflationary price. Because our imports are high, all our food, we import about 70, 80 billion ringgit a year for food. Especially food. We import everything. Nations love to spend abroad. They go to Haji, they go Umrah, they go holiday in China, they go holiday in India, they go hospital. Any little thing they want to spend, they buy thing abroad. So what happened was, you pay more. When you pay more, you sell your ringgit. Right? The more you pay import, the more you pay. The more you sell your ringgit. The more you sell ringgit, the more ringgit goes down. Okay? So that's basic economics. Yeah? Always with rising cost, especially they're suffering. Post-COVID, people lost their jobs. They came down 5%, 7% in 2021. And you know, that sort of thing. Suddenly you have got this. We have got double whammy here. People lost jobs, people lost money. Then, you know, consequently, you know that there's a rise in suicidal tendencies. In last year, suicide rate was about 80% higher. Not suicide. Well, last year, suicide rate is very high. A lot, what do you call mental health problems because people are jobless. People have no money. People took loan. You know, the house are withdrawn, sealed by the bank, the cars are gone. They have no money to feed the children. There's not mental health problem. The record last year say given the IMAR, that is 29% of mental health problem among the Indians, 28% among the Malays, or 18% among the Chinese. Chinese are in a position with the money, so lower the lot of saving. The Malays terms are very high. Very high. And a lot of suicidal rates among the Malays and Muslims for the first time in the country. So these are the things, consequences of mismanaged economy. Very, very important to manage economy properly. Yeah? Okay, so you have division rising revenue, a lot of suffering, social suffering. The B60 made up B and B40 plus M and 20 for 60% of population. That would be very poor, very poor. Some people lost their jobs, some people lost their houses, some people lost their earnings, everything. It's fact. It's fact. And a lot of mental problem, like I said now, a lot of cases of what we call suicidal. Never in history of record, according to my doctor, Professor Amar, he said, never in history of mental health among the Malays more than 10%. So it's single digit, but then it went up to about 28%. People don't know. So we're just talking about the need to address this mental health problem. We have very little, what do you call, nations don't have what they call counseling. Nobody to talk to. You know, when you just expose, you have nothing to talk to. And if you're urban poor, even worse, because you are urban poor, exposed poverty. In the town, you have no land. You cross the neighbor 50, what do you call, you know, what do you call, just next door. You can not take land to plant your crop, whatever. You can't. Kampung can go to the, can go just behind maybe the kucuk paku, ubi, can tanam. But urban poor, you're just exposed poverty. And we have no, yet society doesn't afford to have counselors for people. I was just at a mosque yesterday on Sunday morning, the suggestion that maybe they should have a confession room. The Imam sit there, why somebody can talk. I'm supposed wrong. You can nobody to talk to. See, the whole economics now goes into social, and we don't have response, how to respond to this. Just to share with you how difficult. I'm sure you people having some problem financially. This is a fact. That's all. Just to share with you, economics doesn't stop at economics, but it goes to society. I'm sure some of you may have this emotional problem, for example. But do we have a counselor? I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Okay, now let me just share with the national economy as is of 23. 3.7%, and this is talking about almost 4 to 5%. Okay. 4% according to this, the Economist magazine latest last week. The Economist, last 2 pages, there's seen economics financial 2.5%. Anything above 2, unemployment, government 5.1%. The should not exceed 3%, but 5.1%. So the government can borrow. Anything about 3% deficit is high. And government borrowing about 60% gross domestic product. Okay? Or maybe just about 40%, 45%, but not going to 60%. So government is borrowing and borrowing. Okay? Debt, I mentioned now, debt is about 60% of GDP. How expenses? Government subsidy on about 70 to 80 billion. You subsidize the wrong things. For example, oil, petroleum. Imagine you subsidize whole neighborhood in this country, in this region, around 95. It's cheapest in the region. Who is that? People have many cars. More cars, more subsidy use. They say 51%, 54% of subsidies on petroleum, around 95 is used by rich people. When all the motorbikers, the batteries. So the more cars they have, the more subsidy used. So you're talking about targeted subsidies. Right? Number one. And people at the border, they smuggle the oil out. They smuggle the oil out into Indonesia. So people come anti-tank, fuel tank, balik. So all subsidies be used by foreigners, by Singaporeans, and the Thai. So subsidies were wrongly used by foreigners. It's a good topic of public policy for discussion. Yeah? So if you want to see how trade works, how subsidy works wrongly, you go to Johor at night, you walk along the Sumatra. You see rice being smuggled from Thailand to Malaysia, and oil being smuggled into Thailand. So you get a skid tank here, you carry big tankers, skid tank carry oil again. On our side, trying to wait for night to be smuggled into Thailand, and the rice boats are waiting to come in. And the police only do patrol daytime, nighttime closing. So our subsidies go a lot to foreigners. So it's a wrong policy. It should not have. Economics, we tell you, don't have cross-border price differential. Never have cross-border differential of significant level. So they did. So, and the moment it's smuggling, again, I wanted to share with you, the moment smuggling is being seen as a security matter. The more security, put more police for me. Is that what it is so? Economy to the street. Reduce subsidy to 5% differential, they're not worth smuggling. It can be short and you can't wash it. Just simple. Something like that. Nah. So wrong instruments of public policy. So it's good for you to understand economics. Literally, you know. You matter economics, I state, you matter economics, society pays. Okay. I move on. Okay, this is managing the economy in turbulent times, in difficult times. We got to promote economic growth of 5% in 2024. In the context of one, weakened ringgit, weakening ringgit, one. Number two, weak fiscal position deficit, which means government cannot spend more because of large operating expenditure. Thirdly, an uncertain economic environment in the Middle East and Europe. So the Middle East now, there is jittery in the whole world, especially Middle East, so supply chain is affected. Prices will be affected, oil will be affected. Prices of oil definitely always very high. There is jittery in the world economy, that's all. Yeah? So these are the so it's still about now, we have to see because we just in March. Okay. So these are the challenges. Look at our this that we have all deficit, all negative. 1 year ago dropped by 9% for Malaysian economy, Malaysian ringgit. Indonesia minus 3%, South Korea about 5%, Thailand 6% high. Look at Japan 11%, look at Turkey 10%, look at Argentina 7%. The currency is high. Even Singapore in parity with US dollar also minus 1.5%. I did put it. So the whole world is facing decline the currencies. The whole world is not listening. So you buy aggregate, so it's all the same. It's different from 1970. Only our currency, Thai currency, and Indonesian currency and decline vis-a-vis US. Here's the whole world. This is the challenge we have. Don't believe me, take the economics magazine, 17 to 23rd February 2024, but choice more. 4.79. Some of you will say, Mr. Finance or Banigara, I see you at 5. I hope not. I hope that's the level. Yeah? So it's very dangerous. Okay. I think the effect on go to Economist magazine, look at the last table. I can coach you, you can become economist. That's something. This understand there are 7-8 columns: GDP, unemployment, CPI, trade balance of government, exchange rate, interest rates. Okay? Can do a class on that, understanding macroeconomics. Tak apa. You want to move on. Recently, look at Singapore 80,000 USD. Yeah. South Korea 32, 42, about 67%. Singapore about 2.6 times more than ours. Ours is 93. We are caught in what we call as middle income trap, MIT. Malaysia is facing MIT, middle income trap. That is, you cannot hover beyond 15. So difficult to get beyond. This level hovering about 10, 11, the past 5 years, 7 years, or maybe 10 years, maybe even longer. You just cannot come out. Middle income trap. It's a good topic to discuss. Can we come out the middle income trap? So far in this region, nobody has, except Taiwan. Okay, Thailand 690. Now, just to show. South Korea was behind us in 1980. I was in EPU then. They were behind us. Per capita income. But they were enough. Yeah? So those who do economic development, you know, appreciate why South Korea is doing very well. I don't know. Got to be subject to academic research. Yeah? Okay. I'll move on. Now the commentary over here, just to show you, I know you are very interested in something I was to do. Because external factors. But which means that domestic economic fundamentals are still good. I just show the numbers now. Yes, growth, the unemployment growth. This is what you know in the paper. Dr. Apurva in KL said this. The decline in the rate is because of long-term decline in the nation's competitiveness for so long. Okay? And the crisis on GDP crisis. So the last two, the national it touched the element of confidence in the nation economy. People don't believe that money invested will be managed well. Okay? So that one confidence part. Long-term decline in 1978 was we protect a lot of those people. A lot of protection, protect the companies and so we lost our competitiveness. Now, so I think decline, whatever the reasons are. Can we recover the value in a few years? And we need nation's competitiveness. You've got to be competitive. This can be done only through increases in national priority and more private investments. Very hard, I'll show you later. We're working very hard to get foreign investment in the country. So don't belittle the effort because I'll start to have the relationship with the investment. Okay? It's important for us to increase productivity and investments. With those challenges in domestic investment, we must have confidence in the national economy. So investors must be told, don't worry, your money part here is safe. Yeah? Your money part here is safe. That's all thing. That's a good tell them. And people are hardworking. But number two, must achieve political stability. You must achieve political stability. If start going, I think this country is politically stable. Not the leaders are going off each other. I think the nation is politically stable. It's safe to walk around. It's safe. You know, that's all. You know? We need substantial private investment, especially quality investment. One labor-intensive technique production because there will be foreigners coming here. It's cheap labor. Yeah? All foreigners come from that sort of thing. Another mention about there from neighboring countries come. I don't want. You want quality investment, people can work. You can be working as managers and accountant, whatever it is you want. Again, let's take another class. The TFP. What it means to say is that how we organize things, how we manage things, how we think, how we work. So that's total factability. You do economics, diverse production function, you can check equity and relation among the lowest. Total factability in Europe, Japan about 70, ours about 34%. We are not productive. Even factability has improved innovation, digitalization, R&D, investment for the managers to be thinking about. Now, the public sector has a role to play. I know you do public management, public administration. This you must know. We need to focus on very, very important education. We are in and intellectual properties. You know, our registration pay Korea is 70,000 a year. Means always new product, new discoveries, new patent. I was there one. What are our workers doing? I don't know. What are lecturers doing? I don't know. Then land administration to change the condition land to one condition to another, it takes years. And investors can't afford to wait. They need time. I mean, they're very fast. If you can't give, I go to Vietnam, I go to Indonesia. Yeah? So, consistency in public policy, no flip-flop. Nations are noted for public policy, we have flip-flop. Change here, change there. One thing, one say another. So these are the things. The statement by investors, not me. Let me move on. Now, just first time, maybe faster. Prime attention on bringing for investment. You should do that. And he had done it. That's right. I really enjoy it. You should go around. In fact, now it's in Australia, then get investment in it. And the move in 2022 are significant numbers, is 40. The amount, will show you the numbers later. This is a big number. But these are approvals. Approvals mean they say they are coming to Malaysia, but they have not opened their branch anymore. They're not open. Okay. So, and chance must be in 24 months. So factory is done. Not that easy. Even building your house takes more than 20 months. Imagine building a factory. Manufacturing, yeah, and how difficult it is. And the land transfer from agriculture to industry, commercial, the factory, so on. Yeah. But tourism, I think, can pick up because ringgit is cheap, people will come to spend money. If you strong ringgit, Malaysians go abroad and spend their money. If ringgit is expensive, Malaysians go abroad. If ringgit is cheap, others come to our country. The Singaporeans coming by the day to Johor Bahru. And importantly, local governments, state governments, efficiency, this sort of thing. Like the data center Johor Bahru coming by 3 or 4. But they need power, consistent power, 24 hours. You go to, you want to have look at factory in Kota Baru, you need clean water for 24 hours. They don't have. Water in Kota Baru is very dirty. Water in Kota Baru is made up a lot of iron content. It's like teh. You got to reduce the pH value is about 400. You got to reduce to about 7 to -8 where you can drink before you can make something with the medicinal value. It must be 1.5. That's a lot. So factory don't want to go to Kota Baru. Yet they're good people. They're good people, hardworking, you know, that's something in Kota Baru. They have dedicated, loyal workers. But no factory to go, there's no water. Yeah? So we are facing, for me, Chairman, these are the things we have made the investment. Okay, these are the things. It's the highest level, the 31.96 billion approvals, numbers. Yeah? Now they got to come translate into real factories, real land, real factory, real plantation, whatever. Yeah? That's all. They got it. Number can multiply by, if one spends, multiply about 3 or 4. But education economics multiplier. You're talking about almost 4 trillion money in the circulation. And the economy is good, right? But you got to make sure they come. If you start fighting each other, no one to come to the country. That's all. So for the first history of 906 billion, simple multiplier from 3 to 4, it's about trillions coming into the country to spend. Let me just move on. I won't be long. I will now touch about 45 minutes. Yeah, it's too long. Managing economy now has to address the concern of political stability and business competence. It's very important. We must tell the world that we are united people, each other, and then your business is safe here. That's something one. Number two, there was a confident economy. That's a confident country. You know, they believe the policies are right, notwithstanding there may be some problem. Effective Russian labor capital and land have to improve the greater digitalization of automation. To be prepared, people must be highly knowledgeable in the area of digital economy. Learn as much your IT, you know, computer, IT, that sort of thing. So we are moving to robotics now. Apa lagi tu? AI, artificial intelligence. That's all. So pick up the skill that led to this thing. Don't shy away. Eh? Don't shy away from AI. Don't shy away from robotics studies. Don't shy away from computer. Please. I still have time. Yeah. Let's say the ringgit will take some time to recover its former level. The value will definitely improve with rising for investments. When you have rising foreign investments, money come in here. When they come in here, they come in dollars translated into ringgit, which means they demand ringgit. Yeah? Anybody who comes spend dollar here means they demand ringgit because they get ringgit. The dollar will go into the negara as reserves, nation's reserve, to back the ringgit. Therefore, ringgit should be better. So the more investment we get, the better the economy for the ringgit, because when they come in, they bring dollar, they park in the negara. It's nation's reserve. The nation's reserve will back our ringgit, and the ringgit should improve. Right. So I believe a ringgit will recover, but it takes time, maybe 1 to 2 years to its former level, something. But we must be productive. Productivity must be high, especially workforce. Your students, when they come out later, must make sure that you are very productive, especially in Razak people. That means as my role in here. Make sure you beef up your technical skill, be computer literate, be IT literate, pick up all the skills that is IT. Please. Yeah. Try to improve your English or something so that you become good workers for the investment. We are proud of that. Okay, I finish my presentation. Thank you, and thank you very much to the lecturers. Thank you. Okay, let me end by saying that let me borrow a lawyer's famous sentence. What does a lawyer say? What does it say? He says, "Your Honor, I'm prepared because I examined." So now, thank you very much.
Understanding the national economy. May have some questions.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, please. Alhamdulillah.
Saya ada satu soalan. SST meningkat dari 6% ke 8%. Apa pendapatan ST atau
What was the first sentence? Your first sentence.
6%?
Apa itu? Apa? Vice President.
8%. Apa pendapatan ST atau ucap daripada Tansen?
Okay. Any other question about the tax? Any taxation? Okay, one is SSD. Other question. There are two things that can run you. One is death, and the two is tax. Two things that can run you from life. One is death, and number two is tax. Whenever you die, you get your family to pay the tax. Good question. The SST has been increased for some products, 6 to 8%. Okay. The government has been borrowing so much, government is subsidizing so much, government needs money. Government has to find a way. Already we have GST at 6%. But in order to defeat Najib, then they attacked this GST. So Najib lost. But by doing away, GST, government lost revenue of 30 billion ringgit. With high level expenditure and loss of revenue, government got to find new revenue. So it's a matter of time GST may be reinstated. It's a matter of time the SST will be increased. So that definitely it's a new move of the government to have more revenue, because the expenditures are very, very high. Very high government expenditures. So government got to raise the revenue. So the SST, people, they will lead some increases in prices, definitely. Some goods, not all goods, but in some total, maybe overall balance may be quite small, but certain specific product can get high. So if the products are good that you consume, try to avoid consuming this product from that sources. I don't know. It's up to you. SST, yeah? But rising taxes is going to be a feature of the country because government expenditure is high, government's revenue is declining. Matter of time, government come back to GST again. Okay, I hope I answered the question in general. My answer to is quite general, SST, but it will definitely affect some prices increase here and there. I don't know. Thank you.
Mr. Nancy, is there any questions? No? No? Nancy? Yeah, sure.
Hello, Tansi. So, I've heard the statement on letting the market correct itself so many times. And, that saying that many people argue for the hands-off approach to like market imbalances and imbalances. And of course, there are potential risks and benefits from letting the market itself. But my question is, how does the government in general or Asia balance this approach with their interventionist
Policy.
policies, if any?
Yeah.
Right, there is a question because I'm glad students of Raza had the question.
Government stroke, like I said, what we call the public good, remember? It's classical defense, maintenance of law and order, maintenance of diplomacy, maintenance of is it a public good? I can give you, I can give you all. I can appreciate this public good. But the economy gets more complicated as we move. So the government must intervene. So when the government intervenes, to make sure that the market is neutral and the market is orderly. People don't take advantage just because there's shortage in the price. So government has got price control. For example, some basic goods government got price control. We have, for example, cooking oil. We have some during festivities, Chinese New Year, we control some prices of meat, fish, and so on. So we do have some intervention in the market. We cannot rely on the market because market may not be I may have the word now. The market may not be not able to address all the problems. Right? So government must intervene. For example, government gives subsidy to school. Market failure is markets do fail. For example, helping the poor. Market don't bother. If you cannot afford to buy, I don't give you. Market punishes you. If you're poor, you're going to get Baca University, the government, you're going to study university, right? For example, so the market punishes you because market is not fair. Sometimes the market fails sometimes. The government must intervene. So for the poor, government gives scholarships. Okay, so that is intervention. Or the government say don't increase prices or price of some good just because there is Chinese New Year or or Deepavali or Hari Raya. Whereas the cost of production doesn't increase, just because shortage, big demand. So government intervene, control the price. You take the average past 3 weeks before the Chinese New Year, before Hari Raya, and then you roll that for the next 2 weeks, and then let market forces again. So this market intervention, having subsidies, controlling the prices, these are elements of market government intervention. And that part is called regulatory economics. I don't think it's taught here. Not even taught any universities in Malaysia. It's very important. But we have no scholars and professors can teach regulatory economics because the combination of law and economics. Regulatory is a very good topic and really you raise it. At least you can share why. What's the role of government? Why government come in? Example. But sometimes government come wrongly also. Like Ron 95. Why you keep the whole world or whole country can buy Ron 95 at the price? So the rich, you have 3 Mercedes or 4 BMW abusing and because we are not the subsidy. Why should have this targeted subsidy? So there are weaknesses in it, but that's branch economics, the regulatory economics. Software, I think, is university, very few universities in US, like in UK. Balancing between law and economics, or business and law or something. I hope I answered your question. I don't mind coming back to that. Competition law, for example. Again, competition is part of it. When I was Secretary General of Trade, I was initiated that law on competition. In the sense that you don't gang up to kill your opponent. Yeah? Or you control whole supply chains so that the people don't get. There are a lot of unfair trade in this country if you can see. If you have a trained eye, you can see. But we are not trained in economics and law, we don't see. It is very glaring at it. Very glaring at it. Something like that. It's glaring. So we need very powerful economic managers of the country, government who understand this important. Because in the end, it's consumers and stuff. And they elect the government. The government does a good job to protect this among the things. Okay, I hope I'm answering. I don't mind coming back to that in case. Any other question on this side?
Is there other questions? Is there last question from the crowd?
This side, one again. One of you back.
Is there any?
That's all right. I will go to a burning question already. Why so silent and rooted? Why so rooted? My friend Azami said that you have a burning question already. Why suddenly rooted? Have I answered the question? Please.
It's you so the question is, the question is, how is our making process doing this?
Again, a good question. See, nations are well educated. And they are professionals. If you are trained accountants in Gaza, you are trained accountants. Very good. We use British standards, British standards recognized. If you're a lawyer, you recognize it. So, other countries may demand your skill. You know, so they go there. British working in Singapore, British working in Hong Kong, British working in Japan, because they are very educated. They speak good English. They are very professional. So they are demanded by it. Okay, that's number one. So I'm not to stop them. Because in theory of economics, theory of international economics, it says that factors will move to where the income, the return is highest. So if this accountant paid here 50,000 a month, Singapore paid 15,000 but $, and Japan paid even higher, should they stay here? I don't think. By all means, go. And makes you send them away, of course. Your relatives, something, you know? So these are the things. I do sort of encourage them. You go properly paid there, why not? But unfortunately, in the context inflow of labor in this country, they are the low skill. They're coming to this country working as construction workers. These are low skill, so this is not good long run. They're becoming construction workers, becoming harvesters of palm oil, because nations are educated, they don't want to work as harvesters in oil palm. So they go elsewhere because they're trained. They're trained, they're educated. Education is attainable here. You're not in Indonesia, difficult to get education. You have no money, don't pay good help to go to university. We have scholarships here. For example, you can achieve something. So nations are well dressed, they go overseas. So unfortunately, our industrialization all the while have been attracting cheap labor and unskilled workers. So it becomes a social problem. They put pressure on our social services, on the roads, our healthcare, our whatever public facilities. That's all. And send money back. So in short term, yes, but we must move up to digitalization, computerization, automation, mechanisms, so that we demand less of them, more of us. Okay, I hope I answered your question. Any other?
Thank you so much, Nancy. That is all from the Q&A session.
To ask questions, exchange. You're teaching the student, maybe you want to exchange me. So that's not really. Still, if I can entertain, I did that. Cannot say I can answer. Around the lecturers, you're welcome to ask me questions. Don't be shy.
Is there any further questions from the floor before we finish our session? In that case, thank you for the ask the question.
Really, please. You're most.
So how government tackle the social problems in the impacts economy regulations some few cases is that concentrated the regulators major tackle on this situation.
This is a problem of a successful economy. If you're successful, you attract workers within the country. We have labor short economy, but we are in a labor surplus nation, surrounded by labor surplus nations. You know, so they come to look for a job here. So unfortunately or fortunately, our industries are labor intensive. and the cost of labor, is high. It's low for Malaysians, but to them it's relatively high. So they come to here. So they have a role to play at the moment. We got to upgrade our technology so that we don't rely on them anymore. Example, I will tell my business provider, invest in higher labor intensity. Make sure that those with high technology content, high capital content, that's something, so that we don't import them. If you want to you can go to Kelantan because it's sufficient number of unemployed people there. To other state, Kelantan is high level unemployment, so they can go there. That's something. So, okay, that's one. So, the moment they come in here, they put pressure on our services, especially like medical services, our trades, if all through by them in the morning. That's something. They be impeached upon other facilities. Can be costly. And that's all. So we got an adjustment so that we depend less and less upon them to use them. And make it punish those industries that employ foreign workers with no objective of changing it. Make it levy higher and higher and higher. Not say common sense that do something bad. Use the market mechanism by increasing levies so that they can more costly than I hope I answered the question. We don't believe in sending back the loads by the shipping ships. We don't. That's the mission. Or should them. Singapore solution. We don't. That's not the mission. But we can use market mechanism, as you said, to punish those who are giving a lot of foreign workers, like young children, who don't want to adjust this market. So, but it's a subject of your public policy classes. With your professors, your research, your thesis, your whatever it is, you can do a lot of research. Thank you. I don't know.
So we have another one more questions before we end our Q&A session. There's one last question from the audience.
Nah, depan ni, our lady. Beautiful ladies coming down this way. Please, you can.
I think that's all for today.
Okay,
I like to